Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Richard Lewis here and another video on the gift that keeps on giving. I'm of course talking about the CSGO gambling scandal and specifically Phantoml0rd. Mark this day in your diary, the 19th of July 2016. This was the day that Phantoml0rd's Twitch channel was closed down.
The day that justice won.
Well, look, I don't like to gloat. Right? And I take no joy in people's livelihoods being ruined or anything like that, although I equally won't take any fucking responsibility for it. This was fairly disgraceful. This was worse than a lot of things I've covered in the past. So, just to be absolutely clear, I was doing an interview over at Bleacher Report earlier in the day, funnily enough, talking about both this story and E-League. The finals for that are coming up. So I've been doing a lot of media appearances for that. And I came off to jump into the Phantoml0rd chat. I've been popping in there from time to time, talking to the people who have been idling the chat, monitoring new subscribers potentially coming in. And bizarrely, after our video pointing out that these subs are bullshit, that they were being created by some sort of bot, they've mysteriously been turned off, Sam.
It's weird.
Not happening anymore. But turns out we don't have to worry about that anymore because Phantoml0rd's channel has been turned off. It's gone. We went there. You can see for yourself. It says it has been closed down due to a terms of service violation. Now, this is, of course, big news. You will notice the announcement is on the front page of Reddit. I think it was the second post on the front page of Reddit, towering above all of the defaults. And already media outlets are getting on top of the story. Not always reporting everything, but obviously, there's been a lot happening in the last few days, so perhaps they don't have all the facts at their disposal. Now, Kotaku.com, they ran an article talking about how Twitch bans the top Counter-Strike gambling streamer, and they linked it to the Valve announcement a little bit in there, and that's not true. They talk. This is very much to do with what was happening with CSGO Shuffle. And certainly the revelations that we made on our channel and that we put out into the public domain. I've since contacted the guys at Kotaku in Action on Twitter at the time of recording this. They've passed on an email. I'm going to send them the logs. They can see for themselves just how deep this rabbit hole goes and exactly why Phantoml0rd's had his channel closed down. Now, they did reach out to Twitch, and in their report, you can see for yourself, they say that Twitch have said they do not comment on terms of service violations on a case-to-case basis. That's absolutely true. Twitch have never done that. They've never commented why. Now, I don't know if they will have to come out and make an official statement based on this. I find that highly unlikely. But I have my own sources, and I want to say here for everybody who is tuning into this video to find out what's going on with Phantoml0rd's channel, multiple sources have communicated to me that this is indeed a permanent ban. This is verified by if you try and click on the page where his subscriptions go, this has been removed. I think this is the end of Phantoml0rd as a streamer, certainly on the Twitch platform. That is what all sources are indicating to me. Now, what's interesting, Sam, is the precedent that this sets.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is somebody who's been involved in what amounts to a gambling scam, and he's had his channel closed down for a terms of service violation on Twitch. Now, I don't know if you've been paying attention, Sam. There's a few other people that have been doing this kind of thing.
No, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, no, I know. Imagine my surprise. And I think now that this precedent has been set, if I was a betting man, I would wager dollars to donuts, sizable dollars to sizable donuts, that they will have to follow through and look, certainly at least explore the option of banning some of the other people that we know have been guilty of some of these types of scams. And I think it's great because for the longest time, people have been able to point at Twitch and say that they've been complicit, that they've at least turned a blind eye. At worst, they've been complicit in it. And when you think about things that have happened, like how when Phantoml0rd ran his, what looks to be now, a bogus sub-train with this bot that's potentially been used to achieve that, Twitch his banned his channel temporarily so he could achieve that goal. This is somebody with 1.4 million followers on Twitch, 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is somebody who I honestly believe just thought the rules wouldn't apply to them. And a lot of people have pointed at Twitch and said, you won't apply the rules to somebody this big. Now, maybe that's been true in the past, but today that certainly isn't true. It's all over for Phantoml0rd. Now, there's other stories in connection to this that we wanted to bring to your attention. And this is just a short video to kind of put a landmark. This is where it happened. This is the day it happened. This is where the story for Phantoml0rd ends. Or does it? Obviously, we'll be bringing you videos pertaining to any legal action or any further developments. We have had the other logs back. They are now translated, the French logs. Let me tell you, this is big. This website made a lot of money. We've got people talking about the financials. You're going to love the next videos that come out. But I wanted to draw your attention to something else. A moderator got in touch with me. One of Phantoml0rd's moderators from his Twitch channel. And you know me, Sam, I'm not one for bleeding heart stories.
Yeah.
Don't really like them. You know? Like, I can sympathize as much as anyone else, but, when you're tangentially linked to something, yeah, it doesn't really bother me. You'd have to have a pretty good story to really elicit any sympathy from me. If you're just looking to ride the drama train, I'm not that interested. But this moderator got in touch with me, and he sent me quite a lengthy message, and one that I think is worth repeating. He gave me permission to read this. I will preserve their identity, but they were a moderator in Phantoml0rd's chat for 3 years. And he said, I watched a man go from being one of the most entertaining broadcasters on Twitch to this. It's been a hell of a journey, and it's sad where he's ended up. I personally lost money to CSGO Shuffle, so this story hit really close to home. I truly believe gambling to be a sickness that afflicted the community and corrupted some of the community's biggest stars. He then goes on to thank me for putting out the information. He continues. He says, the only reason I ever got into Counter-Strike was because of Phantoml0rd when he left League of Legends. He was the one who got me into case openings and eventually gambling. In the beginning, we used to gamble together. Care was not the big trader he is now. He was originally a key seller that Phantoml0rd brought on to keep him supplied with cheaper keys for his case opening streams. That relationship obviously developed into more of a business one, as Phantoml0rd wanted to delve into the world of gambling, and not just cases. I quickly left the CSGO scene after losing around $10,000 of my own money to gambling, mainly with Phantoml0rd on stream. Almost all of it was on Shuffle. The moment that kind of reality hit me, though, was seeing your video. Phantoml0rd and I were gambling together one night in a voice call on Skype. He wanted to do a big pot, to which I agreed to match him with. We were going to both put in around $5,000. We waited for the new round to start, and he asked if I was ready. I said yes or whatever, and he told me to go in. He paused for a long time, probably 30 to 45 seconds, and I asked him, bro, are you going to go in? He then freaked out and started saying, no, why did you go in? He never went in, and needless to say, I lost the $5,000 because it ended up being low. He compensated me with giving me one knife in return, probably valued at about $300, but that in a sense cleared my inventory out, and I was out of the gambling business for good. Whether that was a pot where he was asking for the outcome or not, I'll never know. That was well over a year ago now, and I don't have the VODs to back it up. Like I said, though, I knew Phantoml0rd, Care, and Joris, and I knew that they were the owners. That was no secret from the start. I've been privy to some information and was burdened with the secret of their ownership out of all my due to my friendship with James. However, the inner workings of their business I was always excluded from, and they frequently left our group chats to have their closed talks. Thanks once again for this video. And he talks a lot about how he felt like he was part of a community, and he felt like, Phantoml0rd's being involved with Phantoml0rd's stream had helped him through some difficult times. And I just think this really highlights, if there was ever any doubt about how little this guy actually thinks of the people around him, it's a story like that. And I've got no reason to doubt this, by the way. I looked at the credentials. It all checks out. It's really awful that you would scam your own mods.
Myth. At this point, I'm not surprised by anything really anymore.
Yeah, it's really shocking, and I've talked a lot about this. How money can change people. Money can get the better of people. And, even reading the logs myself, you can see the developing greed. You can see this all consuming desire to make more money. Absolutely shocking as it develops. And, I feel really sorry for anybody that was affected. Obviously, if anybody is thinking about taking action against CSGO Shuffle as an entity, remember, if you get in touch with somebody legally and you're looking at that recourse and your lawyers want to get in touch with us and get the full logs, we will absolutely cooperate with you if we are contacted in that fashion. I still do not want to put out the logs, though, in their entirety, because I believe there will be reprisals. I believe there's things in the logs that people could use to perhaps socially engineer and hack and do all these things. Now, obviously, Phantoml0rd hasn't said anything yet. He's not released a statement yet. Okay. I don't think one's going to be coming anytime soon. Sources close to Phantoml0rd have told me he's gone to ground, that he's currently not even at his address, that he is literally just lying low, following the advice of his attorneys before he decides to come back and strategize what he's going to do, what the best course of action is. I certainly think the gig is up. That's my take on it. But we wanted to leave this video, and again, mainly just to update you on what's been going on. And this blew my mind. Somebody got in touch with me, and a lot of people have been speculating, hey, does Dingledurper know about this? Now, I can't speculate. I won't speculate. I know in the logs it's quite clear that she was sponsored by CSGO Shuffle. I don't know if your partner would be expected to know the inner workings of your business. I think people could maybe assume. Sam, do you tell everything to your girlfriends?
Yeah. Well, all right.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, we know how much money this business made. She knew me. Like, once we reveal how much money this made.
Well, no, look, I'm gonna tell you now, okay, that we looked at the logs, and through follow-up work, this site made millions of dollars. It made millions, multiple millions of dollars. I don't know how else to put it. It made millions, and the majority of which is with Phantoml0rd right now. Now, with that in mind, we got sent this link, and I couldn't believe it. This is Dingledurper's Patreon. Yes. I'm fucking so strung out about this, mate. I can't
just need a little bit of extra money, mate.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to. Though, because everyone's like, "Oh, I'm really liking this new professional Richard Lewis." This is fucking outrageous.
This one's unreal.
This is fucking outrageous. So Dingledurper has a Patreon, and this was created. When did you say it was, Sam?
April 12th, I think the exact date was, but in April.
This year.
Yes.
So I want people to think about the dates of the logs, which we have, that run from July 2015 to January 2016. The website, CSGO Shuffle, was well into making money. So much so, we've seen some of its owners tweet about the kind of cars they were able to buy. Yet during the time CSGO Shuffle was in operation, Phantoml0rd's girlfriend, Dingledurper, had to make a Patreon. A Patreon that she said... Oh, God, I can't bring myself to read this. I can't, dude. Fuck. Okay. Patreon is... Oh, fuck.
Triggered.
It's the greed, mate. Okay. Patreon is a way for you to support my streams and other content. Hang on, that probably popped massively. I apologize. Patreon is a way for you to support my streams and other content on an ongoing basis. I love to hear from my supporters to find out what content you would love to see from me. I'm really excited to talk about everyone's input on new potential videos and cosplays. Any extra buck or two you throw in really goes a long way. And I offer some exclusive perks and engagement here on Patreon you won't see elsewhere. She lists them. She's selling.
You get a signed selfie, man. You get a signed selfie, though.
Unbelievable. Any extra buck or two you throw in really goes a long way. Do you know what else goes a long way, Sam? Do you know what else? Do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
Millions of dollars made from a skins gambling site where you rigged the fucking outcomes, allegedly.
Let's go pretty far.
Props goes far, doesn't it?
Far enough to buy that big house, mate. Any extra buck you throw would be really nice, though. Any extra buck you
That's gonna
guys
trick me so much, dude.
just need
That is
I want to
not
buy a
the
cosplay.
If that is not the next meme that comes out of this fucking story, I don't know what is. Okay, but seriously, what next? Like, we'll sell you signed photos of the fucking house we bought with your money. How about that? How about that? For all CS:GO Shuffle people that gambled on the site, here you go. Here's my fucking car. Here's my house. Signed. Lots of love.
Sound.
And his missus.
Sound.
This is unbelievable. So there you go.
By the way, it says there's only $300. I'd like to show people.
We have a
website
do
called
it then.
Graftreon.
Now, I don't know if you've ever seen Graftreon. Graftreon is a kind of website that charts the peaks and troughs of a Patreon. And speaking as somebody that had a Patreon for a brief period of time, which I shut down as soon as I got this job because it wasn't appropriate to take donations and do this job for Turner because I'm making six figures. I do not need the money. Okay, I cannot believe this Patreon was at one point up to about $1,600. Now, I don't know about Graftreon. That's fucking having a Steffi Graftreon. She's having a laugh, mate. She's having a
just an extra buck you guys can throw in be real nice.
I don't know. I mean, seriously, maybe Phantom Lord never spent a dime. I don't on her. That would have to be the situation. Like, he's just cruising around to the speaker. You can walk, yeah, Dingle. Get in the, yeah, get the bus, mate. Yeah, see ya. I don't know why he's calling her, mate, but you get the picture.
See ya.
Unbelievable. It just blows my mind. And she's got a right to independently pursue her own business, but I cannot believe she didn't get some sort of sum of money from this. And regardless, come the fuck on, She was sponsored. I bet she got a healthy sponsorship, Sam.
At least.
And that's not a euphemism. hey, you want a healthy sponsorship, love? It's not that. Absolutely horrifying. So there you have it. Greed. It will make fools of us all. So what have we got coming for you? Well, as we said, we are going to produce videos that will compile the rest of these logs. What exactly was in there? What exactly were the finances? What exactly relationship do Care and Joris have in relationship to CS:GO Shuffle? We're going to put all of them out. Me and Sam are already going through them. We'll have a video for that real soon. And on top of that, we're going to have a video that's a follow-up to our Vulcan story. Vulcan publicly denying that they've had any association with gambling sites in the past. There's a deluge of evidence that suggests otherwise. Anyway, thanks a lot for supporting. Light a candle for Phantoml0rd's Twitch account. I will see you on the next video.
Rest in peace,